Hey there, everyone. So, this is a game that I play a lot of, or at least I enjoy playing back when it first came out. It is called Rogue Legacy. Now, since it came out, there's been a lot of changes. They're working on Rogue Legacy 2, so I decided to look back. And since then, they released a mod called Lament of Zors. I want to both show people this game because I enjoy it a lot, as well as trying out this new mod. I did look at the beginning of this mod. I have played through this little tutorial and 1 life. This is a roguelike, so 1 life means very little. With that, I'm hoping I could experience a lot of this stuff with you guys. It seems to be the same general game, but I'm ready to be surprised myself. I'll explain how some of my strategy with things as we go, once we get out of this tutorial section. And yeah, as we get there, I'll tell you my thoughts on the new Lament of Zors and give you some concept of what I'm doing. Make sure you guys know so you're not just out in the weeds while I play the game. I will say I recommend this game. It's very fun. I wouldn't be showing on this channel if I didn't enjoy it. Now, let's finish this tutorial. Alright, so this is the title screen. Every time you die, you end up here. And so, whenever you start, you have your new character. So, let's get into how combat works real fast. So as you can see over the top left, I have this picture of a dagger, which that costs 10 MP. So I could shoot daggers. That's my spell for this character. Different characters might have different spells. Now with a sword, this isn't like what you'd expect a sword from other weapons. When I press the attack button, he usually has the sword way back there on, so it ends up I don't hit until a while after I press X. So that's something that when you first play the game, that might be an issue you come across. So the normal swing you do want to use before the enemy gets in range, and then you could like run into the enemy with the sword out because the hitbox stays out. Or if you're running away, you could actually hit the X button and continue to run back while facing your enemy. And then of course there's the down strike. This deals half damage and isn't as useful just because of that short range. You definitely are going to end up using it at times, but it's not something you should rely upon. Or at the very least, if you rely upon it, you have to get really good with it. So we enter this area. This is a warp point. Oh, yeah, so the reason I'm destroying this is I'm gaining gold. Gold in the top left corner. Whenever I die, I have a chance to spend my gold every time I die, which is, the idea is it's a roguelike. You're expected to die a lot, and the idea is each death is your next character, the legacy. You have to hire your son to take over. Anyways, let's get to some little story. Journal entry number 1. Treason! An assassin has wounded my father, the king. To bring order back to the kingdom, he has set my siblings and I on a quest to save him. Together, we will venture into the cursed woods and enter Castle Hamson. The cursed castle has stood on the edge of the woods since time immemorial, but rumors say that within it dwells an item which will cure any ailment. Tonight, I will get a head start over my brothers and sisters and set forth on my quest while they lay asleep. To fail this quest would be an embarrassment to my name. And here's a little map of the area. So each of those little dots basically tells you the order. So at level 1, you want to be in the castle area, which is where we start. Then to our right is the forest, above us is the tower, and below us is the dungeon. Now, this is a roguelike, therefore this map will be randomly generated. So I have no idea where I'm going into once I pass this door. But, yeah, so generally, you just want to play defensive. And, oh gosh! Alright. So yeah, some enemies fly through walls, like that. And I guess with that, I should show you the first day of Lament of Zors, the change. So when I was attacking that enemy at the beginning, it was dealing 25 points of damage. Now, I'm dealing 46. This character has a special ability. Whenever he is at low health, he has increased damage. That is new to Lament of Zors. With that, I'm assuming that as we get on, there's going to be feats that are harder that I'm not going to be expecting. As I said, I only played one life. I have not seen whatever these harder feats are yet. But I'm more than excited to see them. So, let's continue. Alright. Alright. Getting a little rusty, I guess. Yep, very rusty. Well, guess we'll rush in to show you what happens when you die then. So as I said, you end up back here. And then you could see the file I just played, the Determined Knight. Before that was the Legendary Knight. This was the tutorial character. And now I have to choose the heir to be the next one. So we have 3 different options. So let's see. We have a knave, risky hero, low stats, and critical strikes. And then everyone has traits. So this one, he knocks enemies further, and he has color blindness, which I'm going to try to avoid any visual traits because it just kind of makes it harder to experience as a viewer. His spell is Conflux. It's a high expensive spell that just has a bunch of AoE effects. Mage, so he has Dwarfism and Dextrocardia. These are actually a good combination that I like, because... Ooh, the description of the Mage. You drain mana from your surroundings and spells can crit. That is new. That is the new ability that they must be given, because it used to be just when you kill things you get 6 mana, and the thing is, spells are usually inconsistent in this game, so getting consistent spells is really good. Other than that, if I'm draining mana, I don't really need too much mana, and therefore switching health and mana means I have enough health to survive things. Another one, can't see in 3D, and, well, Scythe is not as precise as Dagger. I think this is the one I want. The extra MP and HP pools are swapped. As you expect from a wizard, that means I'm actually going to be very healthy despite what would usually happen. So then here, I start building up my castle. This is where I spend gold on. The blacksmith can build the finest equipment in the world, turning you to a veritably virtuous, violent villain vaporizer. Gathering blueprints will give him an even wider array of assorted armaments for your armory. That was a tongue twister. So then we have health up and mana up. So far, these things have not been changed. I'm gonna start with... Oh, it's showing the variants already. I'm gonna start with health up, just because it's gonna be more useful to make sure I don't die later on. And it expands, so like next time, I'll be able to turn my knights into paladins, and therefore they get special abilities. Oh yeah, he has Dwarfism, so he's a tiny little guy. Wait, why does my spell only cost 3 magic points? Usually spells cost... This one's cost 15, so that might be an effect of the wizard. That's good to know. Welcome, hero. Maybe you can help me. I used to be the greatest blacksmith in all the lands, but one day, the monsters of this castle attacked my smithy and stole all my blueprints. Without those blueprints, I could only make cutlery and stuff. Please bring back any blueprints you find, and I can build the most amazing equipment ever. Ever. At a price, of course. So basically, when you want to buy stuff, so, like for example, the sword gives you plus 7 damage, which is, it's basically equipment scales a lot faster than things that you do for your house, but you have to, each of them has a weight, and once you run out of weight, you have to find a way to get more... You have to find a greater maximum weight, or you have a limit to how many equipment you can wear. So, swords still give me damage. Helms give you health and mana. Armors give you armor, the stat under magic. Greaves give you magic, usually. And the capes give you special properties. Now, of course, all of these cost money, and I am flat broke, which, fun fact, you're going to want to be flat broke when you leave, because as we get here, there's a new person here. One must pay the toll. And you have to give all your money to begin the next game, the next session. So, basically, between each round, each life, you have to spend all the money each time, so you can't save up. Yeah. This floor is always consistent. You could go here to check any dire entries you found, but we only have that one, so... Alright. Let's see how the wizard plays. Ooh, that was not good. And I already have my mana maxed out again. Alright, that's good. Alright. Alright, so hold up. Look at my mana. Oh, it was coming back naturally, but now it's not. Alright, I don't know what's causing the recharge and what's not, but I should get used to spamming spells since for some reason they only cost 3 mana. So... And I'm really glad I got this with the switch of MP and HP, because I'd be at 55 health at 150 mana, and 55 mana has not been an issue, so... Oop, that's a Doomvis. So, yeah, some of the enemies later on, also enemies now, obviously, hide themselves in the background, so you have to be wary of that. Alright. Also, another thing of Lament of Zors, gold just automatically collects itself, so usually when you collect something like that, you'd have the issue that some of the gold falls into the spikes and you just lose it, and it's sad. But now that's not an issue, so that's good. Alright. Fortunately, it seems I have to backtrack a bit because I hit a dead end. I'm going to try to explore the upper parts first right now. Oop. Alright, so yeah, these guys, their projectiles can be blocked by walls, so just standing back here is a good strategy. By the way, those blue bottles restore your mana. That's usually the only way you can restore mana. But I'm a mage, so apparently I get it. Alright. This is a special room that gives you it gives you a special item. So let's hope, because one of these items is very negative. Hyperion's Ring. I believe this one basically makes it so that the first time I die, I come back to life with a little health. So it gives me one more hit, basically. Alright. Ooh! Boss fight. Or, yeah, mini-boss. Alright. Having all this mana is very useful. Alright. Ah. Oh, I'm out of mana. Oh, okay. So I just got an armor up for that kill. That's new. Let's see if I can it gives a mana absorbs damage. Okay. That's good to know. That's something I didn't know. Alright. Ah, wrong button. Alright. Well, let's get our treasure. MP increased +5, and I also got some armor up. So, those are two very good things. Alright. Well, I'm at... Oh yeah, I have mana recharge. Duh. Alright, well I hope I can find health soon, because... So in these items, you could, as well as those mana potions, you could also find meat, chicken, and that gives you health as well. The dropped items, I believe, always give you 10%. Okay, so I think whenever I enter an area that I have not entered before, it gives me that mana. So, as long as I keep exploring forward, I find something. And yeah, here's a blueprint, so I could craft a chest plate now when I get back there. When I get back to... once I die. Alright. I just don't want to take risks. I'm at 14 health right now. So, any bad hit is a dead body. Alright. Yeet. Ah. Okay. Cool. So, right now I'm just kind of going through, grabbing loot, trying to make myself strong. This is not doing this, that's good. and just, yeah, try to make yourself stronger right now. Somewhere in each of those 4 areas, there is a major, the boss of the area. So try to find that. And oh, hey, look at this. So you see how that part of the wall is discolored a bit? That means you can go through it. Now, the thing is, I can only go through this because I have a dwarf. Other characters would not have a way through here. They have tiny little... Alright, so I found a Cape Sky room. I will explain what that does when I come back, or when my character dies, because it involves the Enchanter, which I have not unlocked yet. But so we'll get to that when the time comes. Later on, I will also get some movement speed buffs, so when I'm backtracking like this, it hopefully doesn't feel like I'm wasting too much time. Alright, so let's see, where should I go? I'm going to go right for now. I'm trying to go to the top, and all the other top routes are blocked off, so we're going to go this way. Alright, so these rooms, sometimes they just have these simple corridors, always nice to have. Yeah, having that only cost 3 mana is insane. That makes the wizard so much better. Oh boy. So those are projectiles that can go through walls. And, oh, hey. Come on. Okay, why is that wall discolored if I can't run through it? Okay. Well, I can't deal anything about those guys. Alright. Take no damage. That is impossible given my current situation, so I'm going to have to just run back. And make sure I don't get hit by any of these bone guys. Okay, so that was another dead end. So now we head to the next floor. Great. I managed to survive with 14 health. I guess that mana acting as defensive is quite useful. So yeah, the scary thing about being dwarfism is that your sword is so short. Like, this would be much worse off if I wasn't a wizard or a mage. Neat, thank God. I'm looking for that. Oop. There we are. Oop. Yeah, so the red guys, they always shoot the projectile towards where you are when they launch it. They don't predict, so it's good to keep moving with those. The blue ones just shoot it in a circle around themselves. Alright. So this is... The developers like showing their stuff in some of these floors, so this is a game. So they show that some of the games they made before this. Q. Development time, 1 month. Release date, March 18th, 2010. Our fourth project. After tribal tallies, we took a few months off from making games just focused on our full-time jobs. We got angsty again, so we decided to make a puzzle game. At this point, most of the original founders of Cellar Door Games left to pursue other opportunities, and the unwanted remnants are what compose the company today. The game used the queuing combo mechanism to force players to think about how the tiles would fall in order to build massive combos. We made it free, but nobody picked it up either. After the failures of Band of Bears, Tribal Tallies, and Q, we prepped ourselves to pack in and close the company. So, yeah, this company seems like they've gone through some hard stuff, but, I mean, this game was a very big success from my understanding, Rogue Legacy. So, I believe this is what kept their company afloat and why this is not their last game. So that's always a good sign. Alright. So yeah, these zombies you just have to watch when they come out of the ground. It just makes it so you can't run forward freely. These guys, they just have that forward projectile. They're not the scary ones. The thing is, as you saw in the mini-boss, there are upgraded ones that have like a charge forward. That's where they start becoming scary. But this is the level 1 ones to introduce us to them. Skeletons! Alright, so you see that ground right there? How it's that discolored? Those are spike traps. So when I step on them, I have to keep moving or I'll run into spikes. Alright. Just try to maneuver around to find a good opportunity to strike. That's what you're doing a lot in this game. Ah! Caught on the edge there. It's a good thing the mana is able to be used as a shield, because I'm not doing very well at avoiding all the hits compared to... Wait a minute. Alright, so there's a path over to the right. I'm gonna fish this path over to the right before I head back. When you get to the top, or to the right, or to the bomb floor, you get access to a warp point. So that's where I will be heading back to the castle. Okay, this is good. So these are... Whenever you see the question marks, they're just random events. This one is a well, so you just heal yourself up. It heals mana and health, and it's just... You're always happy to see a well. You don't have to drink it immediately, so if you're good on health, you just wait to tell... Just basically remember where it is, and wait till you need it. Oh. Oh, right, because my mana's taking damage for me. That's why I'm so low on mana right now. Alright, so yeah, it's just a lot of maneuvering until you get more abilities to be more aggressive. Alright. Also timing for these guys, because they... a lot of enemies attack at certain intervals, so you can just kind of learn that timing. Alright, so here's the boss fight. As you can see, this little shrine, I can teleport around now. I'm going to check the other areas, and then if I have decent health, I'll go to the boss fight. Oh yeah, as for these two left and right statues, the left one always has food, and the right one always has a mana potion. So, if you're ever low on that stuff, it's always good to check those out. I'm just going to enter this area, grab these items, and then just leave, because I want to fight that boss. This. Villainous. Development time, 3 months. Release date, April 15th, 2011. Villainous was one of the more risky endeavors we undertook. The initial concept was a reverse tower defense, which sounded like it could be a good idea. But we had a hard time convincing the could to would. Most people who have played this game think the process was an obvious one, but lots of stress and arguments were involved in this project. The entire idea was scrapped 3 or 4 times before we settled on its final version. It is ironic, then, that to date, Villainous is far away one of our most successful titles. It was also the most painful. So, yeah, with that floor, there's no obvious treasures nearby other than that one, which I cannot get because you have to take no damage. So we'll go into the boss. So this boss, I'm just gonna mute the music. If they haven't changed anything, it's Kadir. Basically, the strategy with Kadir is just there are intervals where he just sits there, and there's intervals when he attacks. His attacks deal, I believe, 50 damage, so they could kill you pretty fast. So it's best to just wait for the opportunities where he doesn't attack, and otherwise just learn to dodge his attacks. As with this guy... I'm assuming they're going to change it, so I'm assuming those intervals are going to be shorter or something as I go on. Alright, let's do this. So one of the things that scares me right now is there's going to be an attack where I have to jump over him, and I'm not sure. I don't have my bonus jump I was hoping to get before I face this guy, so it's going to be a bit of a slog. Alright, and now I'm out of mana. So you might notice there's spike traps over on the edge, so... Alright, so here, if you're caught in a bad spot, you will be forced to jump over Kadir and having to... Yep, like right now. So I have to plan to do that spike drop, and if I miss, I take that 50 damage of missing. Alright, and I'm back up on mana. Alright, I'm just gonna focus, let you guys listen to the music. And try not to die, because one more hit kills me. Oop. Yeah, it's just these 3 attacks. The circle, the random, and the spread. So it's just these randoms. Oh my gosh. Oh, right! Right, I have that! So one more life. Okay, just gonna be playing very defensively. Oh my gosh. Alright, well there we go. We now know what Kadir looks like. When I'm ready, I'll do a proper kill of that guy. Actually, I want to keep going. I'm going to see if I could get another fight, see what the other classes have to offer, and possibly defeat Kadir before I end this video. So here's another knight. This one has gigantism, so he's super huge instead of super small. The powerful spellcaster. The barbarian, walking tank. Attack enemies to ease your own wounds. Oh my gosh, so he heals himself. Oh my gosh, healing with CIP is going to be so... So CIP means you do not know how much health you have. So that is a fun one. So I'm going to actually do the barbarian just for the fun of that. Alright, so now I have a lot more gold to be spending. So first I'll upgrade the knight. So... Alright, so I don't know if they've changed anything with the knight since. So the upgrades usually give you a special ability, which you, in my case, press S. I've switched around the controls a bit. The knight's shield, the problem with it is you have to hold completely steel. And it's like, why am I blocking when I could just avoid? Because blocking takes up your mana. So it ends up really hard to use a lot of times. Anyway, so then we have equip up. Then this is the enchantress that I needed. So when I got that rune, it was for this. The enchantress can empower your body with magical runes, making you better, stronger, faster, jumpier. Find runes to increase her repertoire of body-modifying talents. Crystal Ball is just for show. And as you can see, this unlocks a lot of other areas. I do want to show you something, though, before I move here. So Architects is the next one. The Architect can lock a castle down and prevent it from changing. Like the layout of the castle, lock it down. Just make sure you can afford his fees. This is... Yeah, he'll explain it when we get there. So then, there's Upgrade Barbarian. Become a Barbarian King. The King of Free Men. That makes sense. Okay. I wonder if they changed some of the descriptions, or have I just not noticed it. Anyway, so then if you grab this, attack up, Barbarian King. Convert your barbarians into barbarian kings. Learn the secret shouts of the bears and shout at things till they explode. As you can see, this is a Skyrim reference by its little yelling. And so this plus the shinobi. The shinobi, a super fast, super deadly warrior who wears a super headband. They can't take a lot of hits, but they can dish out the pain. Believe it. So, without Lament of Zors, this right here is all you really need to beat the game, basically. It's unfortunate, but before the mage was upgraded, before they added these additions with Lament of Zors, basically the attack up was like attacks were far more consistent than mana by a long shot, and then you just get attacks and health, and you don't really extend out to other things. And this was the easiest way to get a successful run early on, which is kind of sad. I, of course, will not be limiting myself like that, but I just wanted to bring it up if you're ever, like, trying to do... there's a mission to try to beat the game within 15 lives. This is the kind of layout you want. You don't need haggling, you don't need crits, because you're probably going to want the shinobi most of the time. You're going to want to be avoiding the mage, so upgrading it does not matter. Worrying about magic damage and mana does not matter. Yeah, it's kind of sad. That's like the main downfall of this game, I would argue. The balance between sword and magic was just not done. But we'll see how Lament of Zors does it. I'm enjoying it so far. Alright, so whenever you see the exclamation point, it means they have a new item. So we have this squire chest, so I can now increase my armor if I'd like. And I did leave myself with 970 gold. I can go back to buy something if I don't pay all my money here. But I want to spend my money on the enchantress. Hello, hero. Could I borrow your ear for a moment? I'm in need of your help. I used to be a very powerful enchantress, but one day the monsters of this castle invaded my dreams and stole my knowledge. They encased that knowledge in runes, and without those runes, I suck at my job. Please, hero, if you find any runes, bring them back to me, and then I'll sell it back to you at a profit. So, the idea is, So of these 5 rooms, really all that matters is that's 5 different slots. So you can't equip 2 sword runes, you can't equip 2 helm runes. It does not matter, like I did not purchase a sword, I could still buy this sword rune. So from here, these are all your special abilities outside of combat abilities. So this one is going to give me the ability to dash. This one is going to give me the ability to double jump. And I also got this one, which is going to give me... Oh, I don't have enough money for it, but it will give me ability for limited flight. But yes, if you just get dash and double jump, that's often all you need. Because now, I could... if I fly in the air, I can double jump. I could also dash around, make sure to like quickly avoid attacks. The multiple dashes just make you so you can dash multiple times in the air, but you'll find a lot of times you're going to be hitting the ground anyways. I do think it's always best to buy the dash rune and the double jump rune immediately.
Greetings, boy. Wanna know a cool fact? I'm crazy! This lever here, with a simple pull, I can prevent the castle from changing. This way you could go through exactly what your ancestors went through. Impressed? You should be. How did I build this fantastic contraption? With science, of course, and magic. Mostly magic. But my skills aren't free. If I unlock this castle, I'll take 40% of all the gold you earn. Do you want to lock the castle and get only 60% gold? No.
So this is good if you're like trying to learn bosses. Like I found the boss last time. I could lock the castle and immediately teleport over to the boss and learn how to fight it. I'm hoping to kill it next time. I'd rather get full gold for defeating the boss. So, also I find it enjoyable to try to find my way around the castle each time. Oh yeah, this guy's spell is Blade Wall, which if the enemy can't move, can deal quite a lot of damage. And oh yeah, because he's upgraded, this costs mana. I believe it's 20 mana, and it basically destroys all projectiles. So this is very useful against that first boss. So I might be saving all my mana for that. Anyways, let's make sure I deal enough damage. So let's buy the sword. I have 190. Let's see the prices of everything. All right, the helm is 150. I'm just gonna check if there's anything that better to spend my money on. 180, 190, 190. All right, so I'm gonna actually buy this, and the reason why is I want, as I said, I want to get everything. And when we get to the other end here, Sharon takes all our gold that we didn't spend. So you want to spend as much gold as you can, basically. So being left with only 5 gold to give to Sharon is a good investment. So before we go, because you can't see my health, it sounded like their ability was they heal by dealing damage. So I thought I should just note that. They also have a larger health pool, though. Wait, I wonder... So before I enter the castle, I can check how much health I have. I'm not going to be able to keep track of it, but I currently have 165 health as a barbarian. Okay, that is good to know. So I have 165 health. I have no idea. I think it will still tell me how much damage I take, but that's going to be a lot of calculations to try and keep track of. Alright, well, let's do this. Try to turn around. Yeah, just for getting 1 health each time just means that as I explore, I could keep healing, which is an amazing benefit. So, like, do not underestimate how much just that one little bit of healing matters. Alright. So, now I'm just kind of exploring the castle. I like always starting at the top left and then kind of working my way to the right. So there's a few reasons for that. Mini bosses, you always have to go up into a mini boss, so it allows you to find more mini bosses. And once I'm done with the mini bosses, I want to be to the right, where you get to the next dangerous area, which is the forest. So, but you know, if you go down to the dungeon or something, you better be prepared to fight some very challenging enemies. Journal entry 2. Although I am the eldest child, I am not my father's favorite. I've always known he planned to leave me with nothing. But if I find the cure, everything will change. The victor will earn nothing less than the throne upon his passing. Upon my ascension, my wife and my children shall move back into the royal quarters, back into the royal city, where we once again will be treated with the respect we deserve. No longer will we stand for the gossip and petty slander of my cousins. The other dukes shall bow as we pass, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I must keep my priorities clear. Conquer the castle, find the cure, collect my reward. So yeah, this is all the story of a person who came into the castle before us. The prince, as they call him. So, yeah, it should be the story of his adventures. If we're paying attention, he will talk about some enemies before we face them. And, yeah, it's value. Either way, it's fun to read. So, okay. Yeah, those spikes, when it's just the one platform, but the entire platform is spikes, it's always a little hard to maneuver with it properly. And I just realized I have my dash and double jump. So, a lot easier to maneuver with this. Alright, I think I got everything in here. Oop. Every single picture was doing this. Yeah, if I ever get overwhelmed with the spells, or with the projectiles, I can use my special ability to knock them all away. But, yeah, when you're in these big rooms, you have a lot of space to maneuver, which makes it very easy to avoid. So I actually like these big rooms, because they'll just throw 100 projectiles at you, and you just use your skills to escape, instead of just bashing your way through. So when you first start the game, these rooms might be intimidating. As you get later on, they become enjoyable. So, oop, thought I was going to kill it. That was my mistake. Is there only one way up? Yep. Break that. Break things real fast. Alright. Alright, so this is how you get room. You have to find these fairy chests. But the fairy chests always have these things that you have to do that are a little challenging. Like, as you see, I have to take no damage, and that means I have to fall down properly. Whew. Yeah, those are not easy. Some of them you just cannot do for certain characters. Like, there might be one where the chest is just through one of those passageways where you have to be a dwarf to get through, and if you're not a dwarf, sucks to be you. But, yeah, usually if you can do it, it's worth trying. So. Right. So I seem to be doing well. I don't know how much health I have, but I'm assuming it's near max. Because I just grabbed some stuff to increase it. So I gotta remember that with the Barbarian it takes 2 hits because he does not get the bonus to damage like the Knight does, and he has a lowered max damage output. And I've got this. Oh yeah, so yeah, just to get an example, Fusto Raw, it knocks projectiles and small creatures. I'm okay losing my mana. I can handle without it. No, I did this stupidly though. I did this very stupidly. If I die here, I'm gonna feel like an idiot. That was... Well, I'm not max health anymore, I'll say that much. Yeah, there's no... Because I can't see my health bar, there's no indicator of how much health I'm gaining. I mean, say I get Night Helm, and I am over... Usually I try to set the threshold to I want to get 1,000 gold per run in the beginning. It guarantees you're going to get good items along the way. I'm going to keep my sword. This allows me to switch out what my spell is. The sword wall is a lot better than the axe in my opinion. I accidentally pressed the jump button. Oh well. So it all fell apart at the end when I was getting overconfident about myself. That's beautiful. Alright, so trouble reading things. I want to get a knave so I could figure out what his new abilities are. Alright, so I can't get a knave, but I could get the endomorph. I could get endomorph and hyperjang. Basically, I could either... I do like this one over the other. Oh. Alright, so I don't like Clumsy and Dyslexia just because if I find a journal entry with Dyslexia, if I read it, it just gets a lot of babble and incoherence. And I'd rather not deal with that, so I'll just play another Barbarian King for now. Spells, these both have chakrams. Yeah, this is a better one. Alright. So... Oh yeah, by the way, we unlocked the Shinobi, so it's possible that that could have been our new fighter. That would have been cool. So let's just grab all these things. So crit chance, crit damage. So I can crit, and it deals more damage. Alright. I'm going to see if there's any equipment I could buy that would. I just realized I brought myself under 525, so I can't gain flight. So let's see, 250, 350, 200, 150. Purchased. And yeah, so the thing about these rooms is they always cost the same amount, and they just scale a lot faster. So that as you get more rooms, each rune is more expensive. So they're all going to be costing 525, and then once I purchase it, the next rune is calling cost, I don't know, nearly 1,000. So let's see, 200 and 250 are the... Ooh! If I buy a health up, I get exactly 200. So that's probably health or mana. For a barbarian, I'm going to go with health. Also, yeah, health just in the early game to get used to things. And so when you die, it doesn't hurt you too badly. Or, yeah, you don't die as easily. Alright. So yeah, the chakram does that, and it comes back, so... Nice item. But yeah. Alright. Let's try to actually not make a mistake this time, and let's go kill that first boss. Alright, this guy knocks things super far away. Whoa, whoa! I can knock those around now? That's a new thing. So, we know you can't deal damage to them, but this is the... But the mod allows you to hit them back. And yeah, if they hit the wall enough times, they... Yeah, you see how they're changing colors? I didn't know they changed colors too, but they should pop. So that's good to know. You can't actually destroy those things actively now. If you could in the original theme, I did not know it. Defeat all enemies, fairy chest. That's perfect. Never mind. Alright, hold up. I think I can still do this with the chakra. So that one's right here about. Alright. Other one. Well, let's hope this is high enough. Nope. Literally, the ceiling's too low for me to kill that other one. Great. So yeah, that's one of the ones where you have to have, like, the scythe spell that I had for my mage in order to take care of that issue. Or get that fairy chest. Alright. Oof. So yeah, I'm just kind of moving around the castle right now. Ooh. Right. So knocking enemies further can sometimes be an issue when you're trying to just take them out, but... As long as you maintain focus, this is a game where it's going to force you to maintain your focus, but as long as you maintain it, you will be rewarded well, and that's why I like this game a lot. Was there a path to the... There was a path to the left. Alright. Well, once I clear out this room, I'm going to head back that way. So yeah, I usually like stay on the ground when I'm moving past because it allows me to do that dashes a ton of times. Ooh, chest right above me. Oh, hi. Yeah, so sometimes they have the harder versions of enemies up here in the earlier parts of the dungeon as like a single threat, like guarding chests and stuff like that. So that was an example of that. And looks like I get to beat the boss today. I do want to get to 1,000 gold real fast, so I'm going to go do that before I come here. Alright. Well, as long as I don't take damage. Oh, this was it. Well, Silver Helm's still good. Alright. Well, there's food in there, so I just want to get gold, and then I'll get out. So yeah, once I get to 1,000 gold, I'll feel happy with myself, even if I die. There we are. Get on the room real fast, and let's go beat Kadir with an enemy that heals when I whack him. So. And yes, so the Barbarian Shout costs 20 mana, so I can't get another Barbarian Shout even if I maxed out. So I'm fine going in with 47, because it's at least 40. That's all that matters to me. Because I'm going to be doing most damage like that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh. Alright. So yeah, with that one, okay. Alright, so he does 68 damage instead of 50 like he does in the base game. That's good to know. Okay, I need to start using my shouts because I'm just like allowing myself to get hit when I shouldn't be. Yeah, I really need to start using my shout. That was me being an idiot. Great. Alright. Well, next time. Alright, Shinobi. So this is the new one. We have the mage. Let's see. Nostalgic. So, mage, which we did before, or the Shinobi. So, I'm going to try out the Shinobi because I haven't seen what they've done with this yet. So, dealing damage and not being able to crit, this all sounds like what the Shinobi did normally. I'm gonna go buy that flight rune now, so I don't have to forget about it later. So yeah, with flight, it should be, yep, 6 seconds. And so what happens is you have this thing where you can turn it on and off real fast to give yourself far more flight than they intended. So, flight actually gives you, like, it's really hard to do this while attacking, but gives you immense mobility for whenever you have those missions of like, get into this area without taking damage or something like that. Alright. So unfortunately I can't buy the silver helm. I'm gonna see if I can buy some stuff over here. 440. Yeah, I think upgrading the mage is gonna be the only thing, the most valuable thing here. And I do want to buy the stuff that I have no points in first. Transferring your measly mages into arc mages. Master all the arcane arts, and change whatever spells you have on the fly. But yeah, I want to change, because when you buy the stuff that you don't have yet, you unlock access to other things. For example, we're going to unlock the miner soon, or we're going to haggle with... Yeah, I find haggle not really necessary, because I usually spend everything anyways, or try to. Alright. So let's see. So he deals a lot of damage, as always. Alright. Well, yeah, now my sword is a lot more powerful. Also, the important part of Gigantism is how big your sword is. So, that's going to be useful. Sorry, I'm like, my face is itchy and stuff, so I have to keep pausing to take care of it. So yep, one-shots them. Why did he deal 75 to the previous enemy, but only 60 to the recent? Alright, so I have this great theme where I can just ignore rooms like this, because I don't want to deal with that right now. Alright, left we're going. I will choose the bomb one over the top one. Oh, I thought I stabbed that guy, not the chair. So it seems like... Why am I dealing 68 to 75? There's some sort of damage calculations going on with Shinobi that's new. I don't know what's causing it. I am going to spoil myself. Cannot land critical strikes. It doesn't say it has anything. Damage calculations should be exact. Like, I have a strength of 59. I should deal 59 damage on every attack. But I'm dealing anywhere from 66 to 99, which doesn't make sense. Huh. I wonder why. I wonder why. Something about their changes to the Shinobi. Oop. But yeah, the Shinobi is great for speedruns and stuff because of all this damage it deals, obviously. But yeah. Alright. Get myself a haste rune. That increases movement speed, but Shinobis already have faster movement speed. Alright. Just taking it slow. Because if you don't take it slow, you do stuff like that. Beautiful. Yeah, so this floor has water, and like you see those water effects, but there's no water in the game otherwise. I don't know why these floors are here. It's always strange. They had some idea that never made it. Alright, Helios' Blessing. I think this is like critical hits, so in other words, it's not even useful for this guy. I honestly do not know what Helios' Blessing does for you. Thank you, food. But with only 72 health, I only do so much, so... But yeah, like, everything's gained one shot right now. I barely have any damage upgrades, so that's the power of the Shinobi. And oh hey, we have another upgraded enemy. And there's spikes down there, not floor. Alright. Let's see if there's any more enemies. Alright. So when the... Yeah, you can see the words get great and the word from objective becomes objective complete. So that's how I know when I killed all of them. Vampire Room. That is going to be the next thing I buy. I'm okay losing flight for vampirism. Speaking of which, I haven't even been using flight. Whoop. So yeah, if you're in a bad spot, you can always run out of the room to quickly reset it. Enemies that you've killed don't come back, but they go back to their spawning position. So sometimes valuable. Oh, there was an enemy in the corner. Didn't even see it. Alright. So yeah, I've already... For this roguelike, I've already died, let's see, 3, 4, 5 times. So this is my 6th life. But... love this game. It's always going forward. And hey, I got the nave! Let's see what this thing does. So he's bald, and he knows no pain. So... you won't know... that sort of stuff. Let's see... I'm actually gonna go... buy that rune before I don't have enough money. So killing enemies will drain them of their health. So apparently multiple runes stack for... yeah. Alright, so these are the same as before. There's no upgrades here. But Vampire Rune is so useful. Just like the Barbarian. The ability to, oh, I took some damage. Well, if I just kill things, I get that damage. I get my health back. Very valuable. But yeah, I have this weird issue where it's like I get all the runes for one, and I could only equip one of them. like, it doesn't matter if I don't have any runes here or here. I can only equip one of these, so. Weird issue where I always get all of one of the types. Just keep having it sometimes when I play this game. Funny. 520. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna buy an armor. 550. Perfect. 350. Ah. And nope. Oh, I have a vampirism cape. Alright. Alright, 2 vampirism, but very low health. Am I up for it? Sure. Sure. So right now my health is 68. So I have very low health. But killing fiends gives me more health. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. Alright. Whew. After beating the giants, everything looks so small comparatively. Yeah, now I gain 4 HP with every kill, so if somebody deals 20 damage, 5 kills later, I have my health back without the need of any potions or meats. It's always useful. Alright. I do not believe I've taken any damage, so... Alright. That was a good room. Did use 1 conflux. Problem with conflux is it costs 30 mana. If it didn't cost 30 mana, it'd be such a better spell. But it has to be 30 mana because, you know, it's such a good spell otherwise. So yeah, the Knave lands critical hits, which is why I'm not worried about those. Alright, so this guy, I'll just do it now, but I was going to save money later. Greetings, adventurer. I'm here to give you a chance of a lifetime. For the measly sum of 25% of your current gold, I will give you the chance to open one of 3 chests. One chest will triple what you paid, but the other 2 are empty. Care to give it a shot? You were lucky this time. So I always just pick the first one because it's completely random from my understanding. Sorry dude, 1 chest per person. But yeah, I'll usually I wait till I get a lot more gold to make that risk. But yeah, right now it's just like I don't want to go all the way back, and I'm not even sure I'll live long enough to go all the way back. So it's gonna switch more like it. Like, yeah, I think that dealt 26 damage, and so 23. Great. So I should be at very low health, but I keep killing these, so I believe I've recovered from the first attack by now. So yeah, now it's actually good for me to find enemies out on their own to kill, because if I can kill an enemy without dealing damage to me, I gain health now. That's what makes the vampirism rune so useful. Because unless you're a barbarian, there's no other ways of healing, so... Ooh. Yeah, sometimes you get these rooms that feel like they're just traps, and that's... Okay, there's fire emanating from my sword. I think whatever... Is that my vampirism, or is this the Knave's special ability? I do not know yet. I want to check before I die, so I'm going to just pause it and see if it says anything. Crit chance, crit damage. Yeah. According to this, there's no differences to the Knave. I seriously... Maybe the crit chance and crit damage are increased, because I don't play the Knave very often. But, yeah. Well, let's hope there's more to it. Maybe that fire is something about special ability. I don't know what it was doing. Huh. Maybe being a high risk, high reward, it's when you hit things, you deal more damage for your next hit. Something like that. I have no idea. Alright, 2 paths up. So yeah, it's not flaming anymore. I wonder if it's something to do with when you have damage on you. And because I keep healing myself up, I'm never damaged for long. Huh. I have no idea. No, it fired up when I killed that guy. It didn't take damage. I really do not know what that fire is. Huh. Interesting. Figure out later, surely. Oop, that's Doombus. Shouldn't just walk into it. Seems when I hit creatures and they... No, it's just randomly when I hit creatures. I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea what that fire is. Alright. Oh my gosh. Well, if I don't get Kadir here, which I don't think I will be, I think that this is going to be my last life for today. I'm not sure how long this video is, but surely I've played enough for one video. Alright. Darn. Okay. Yeah, so I kind of want to end with defeating Kadir because I'm good at this game, like, or at least I used to be. Like, defeating him on the first life was not a challenge I had to deal with. Huh. I wonder if Lament of Zors did stuff with Kadir that I don't realize is happening. I have no idea. Alright, so, something about my strategy. So you see how there's all these floors that have this blank space, and I guess there's that one path there. Basically, I'm going down because I want to be... I know I'm not going to go so far down that I end up back where I started, which means there's something hidden here, usually. Ooh, treasure chest. Basically, just want to find the crevices that are hard to reach. Oh my gosh. I ran out of time and I never actually touched that platform. That was my double jump that was spent, and I didn't realize it. When I realized that, it was alright me falling. Just trying to dodge these fireballs. Alright, just... Okay. Whew. Need my focus for that one. But yeah, see, I went down this corridor where... So the reason I knew there was going to be treasure here was, if you look, the only way to get here is to go right, up, and then left. You can't have just gone left. You can't have just gone up. You have to have gone awkward directions, which, that's what I'm looking for. And those awkward directions is where usually where you find treasure chests and things of that nature. At least, that's what I've noticed. I could be completely wrong with that. But it seems right, and therefore I claim it is right. And I misjudged the reach of that attack. Alright. Well, I think that's it for today for me. Thank you for watching. I'll stream again later. Everyone, have a nice day. I hope if you... Again, I recommend this game if it seemed interesting to you, and I'll be playing again later.